and welcome to a very festive-themed furry 5 minutes where I am small reindeer thing, Eric is small deer thing, Frozen looks like he had an argument with a Christmas tree and lost, and Matt's just fluffy. And we also have a special guest as well! We have Davs! Because he wanted to join. Desperately.
3 in the freaking morning!
Yes, I did warn you about that.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me which day.
I did. I said, never mind. Anyway, let's get on with this because there is a certain tiny thing over there who wants to fall asleep, and we must let him fall asleep. So, Era, do you want to go first so that you don't fall asleep and do the thing in the middle of the thing?
I did the first one last time, but besides, I'm blank right now.
Oh, right, okay, so...
literally just wake up.
Okay, so,
Des, do you have one?
Jeez.
Okay, so...
Any of you hear that?
So just so that you know, Davs, just in case you're unaware, just talk about something for 5 minutes using the timer, but so long as it's not political, current event, or calling somebody out.
Yeah.
So... You didn't think of a topic, did you? This is going swimmingly. Okay, which one of us three?
Is talking about them pulling...
I can go one.
Talking about what? What now? What?
So, it's talking about something that happened with the video game, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. In fact, that's perfect.
So,
no, wait. Stand here. Stand in the middle of the stage, because that's where you're supposed to be standing. Okay. And then...
And you face the camera.
Face the camera, or the stand, and then we go...
5, 4...
Like this.
3, 2, 1...
Whoa, what the... How did I end up over here?
You stood on the hammer.
So basically, we all know that Sony pulled Cyberpunk 2077 out of the PlayStation Store.
Mm-hmm. Yep, saw that this morning.
Well, I think it was because of the bugs and glitches, but I don't really care. Like, I really enjoy the game, and thank God I have the case copy of it.
I think you can...
I'm waiting for it to be updated a bit, but... Oh, yeah, you can go forward a little more.
I was going to say that you can still keep it even if it was a digital download. It's just that they're taking it off the store now.
Oh, and alright, let's talk about Cyberpunk 2077 itself. The game...
No spoilers!
Story as...
No spoilers.
Even though this is impossible right now.
Okay. Can I just say what's good about the game?
Sure.
Non-spoiler?
Non-spoilery.
Okay. Yeah, the game has some cool weapons. The game has good graphics. Even though they could have done a little better with the PlayStation and the last-gen consoles.
I'm just surprised and happy that I'm able to run it at ultra maximum graphics with a good steady frame rate. With ray tracing turned off, that is.
Yeah, and my favorite weapons are the Mantis blades, you know, the blades that come out of your arms. In the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Aside from those, the only thing that I'm upset about is that the only blade melee is always a bloody katana. So it's almost impossible to go into that melee. Yeah, but then I'm gonna get called a weeb, and I prefer a claymore.
You're old-fashioned.
Sword.
Or how about a machete or a cleaver?
And
I mean, you're talking to someone whose favorite game is Hellsplit Arena that has a lot of, medieval swords and whatnot.
Oh, Hellsplit! I have Hellsplit Arena. It's like, it kind of reminds me of Dark Souls, almost.
Continue about Cyberpunk?
So, as some of you may or may not know, Cyberpunk 2077 is actually based off this board game, Cyberpunk 2020. It's like a cybernetic Dungeons and Dragons board game.
Yeah, tabletop RPG. Yep.
And Johnny Silverhand, as we know Keanu Reeves play as, actually was in the last in Cyberpunk 2020 as like a companion. And
Careful, you're
I
treading
wanted
into
to say
spoiler
something
territory.
about a villain, but it's too much.
Yeah, don't go that way.
What do you think of
okay.
the mechanics?
And
Oh,
real quick, before we get into the
be
mechanics, I will
specific.
say that in terms of the board game of the 2020, it pays homage to it in a certain scene very early on. You'll know it when you see it. Continue. About the mechanics.
Okay. So, be specific, Frozen.
The RPG
Well, I
mechanics,
haven't really
the level ups, the perks.
All of it.
you mean like
anything? And how does it?
Yeah.
How does the usability work in that? How does it make you feel? Like, is all of it worth it? Is it a good
Yeah,
system?
I mean, this game was roughly in 9 years of development, so I would say this game was pretty worth it.
Oh boy, we're running out of time.
But they need a lot of patches, though.
Do you feel they could have delayed it a bit more? Do you feel it was still too soon?
No, that's
Maybe, but
hindsight.
we have been waiting a long time for the game.
Yeah, but would you rather have it with slight bugs or leave it a bit longer and it's perfect on day one, like a lot of other games?
Still
that have had
enjoying
a
it either.
huge
I'm still
dice
enjoying
bar.
it either way.
And this is why I don't do pre-orders, folks. I always wait until big AAA games get like 6 months into their life cycle before I'm like, now I'll buy it, because I know it'll work.
Oh, I saw this funny Cyberpunk video where, you know, the dude... Oh, I was gonna say something.
Okay,
Can I
enough.
say it now?
Just say it
It's
quick.
okay, say it anyway.
Alright, so so there's this meme video where the guy's playing Cyberpunk, he's just walking to the street, and he looks up, he sees a car fly, and it flying towards him, and it lands right behind him.
Another day in Cyberpunk.
Yep.
It actually happened to me, because I was calling this motorcycle to me, and I think it just
Yeah,
launched
that
the
thing
car.
tends to bug out when it spawns in your vehicle.
Yeah. Alright.
One more Cyberpunk thing, if I could quickly squeeze this right in, is that I like how when it came to dialogue system, I thought it was all going to be tied to the cool system, you know, when you spend perks and that. But no, each and every single perk for strength and intelligence, reflex and whatnot, they have their own dialogue options and they fit the theme. For example, if someone says something and there may have been a little reaction that gives you away an answer, if your focus is up high enough, like if you're someone who's quick with the sword, they'd catch that. So again, I like how it's not like if you want to be good at talking to people, there's not this. It's just if you want to be talking to people, those kind of things, and yeah, I love that. Instead of like in
Yeah,
Mass
they made this
Effect.
game really detailed, which is good.
Okay, so who's next? Because I think Era's still brain dead.
Okay.
That's
Well,
an
can I
error.
say something? All I want to say
Not
is that
nice.
Cyberpunk for me is a 10 out of 10.
I wouldn't say it's there yet, but it's definitely a beautiful game. Yes, Sarah?
Beautiful game.
10 out of 3 for me. Too many perk and yeah, they rushed the game out too early.
Right, so who's next?
Again, Era, are you ready yet, or are you still drawing a blank?
I'm still sleepy.
All right then.
Fine.
So,
I'm ready if neither of you two.
okay, if you want to do a thing, then go do a thing, and then you can do a thing, and then I can do a thing, then Eric can do a thing, then we can all do the things.
3,
Me.
2, 1. Begin.
And I'd like to talk about the upcoming updates to Warframe, because what I'm really liking is that there's touching up the railjack, which I've seen seen a lot of parodies do that one man cheering in the background. Oh yeah, to emphasize. Yeah, the 4 or 7 people who play it will care. Joke's on them, because now they're going to have to get into it for the new stuff. That's going to flesh it out even more. And since they didn't devote much time into it and level up their Railjack, it's going to be stressful for them. But I seem to really enjoy it. I don't know why, but I really, really love Railjack. I especially love how it feels like this time we are really working together. And I've even figured out a system on how to level everyone up really quickly by going through this one area on the highest level area that only spawns defeat all fighters and then cruise ships. No other side objectives, so it's very quick and easy, in and out. And
I thought you had to be
leave
a
the ship
specific
once.
rank before you could do that one.
Yeah, I think. No, you gotta have certain requirements. You need to at least have an Arcwing to be able to participate, for example. But, just recently, and this is why I'm talking about this, I took some randoms onto my Railjack, and we went through 7 runs in a row, and they couldn't stop talking in the chat how thrilling this feels. We are powering through this. Both guns active, shooting, just having a whale of a time, and launching those torpedoes when I let loose this void hole that is like a wormhole that sucks all the enemies into one cluster, and then one of my gunners, before I even get a chance to do it, fires a missile because they get the message. They know what I'm going for. Blows up the entire platoon. Meanwhile, I'm pursuing this other this cruise ship, and the main cannon guy down below immediately aims for the engines. He knows what he's doing now since I told him. And then boom, after boom, after boom, after boom, we cleared through it. And they have never seen a Railjack operation go this well. And this is why I say, that's why out of everything in Warframe, this one really benefits when you guys work together. And the cool thing is, even if you're not into that, this next update is going to finally unlock the command intrinsics, which allow you to bring NPCs to fill in the roles for you. So am I able to solo this very well? I can't wait to bring my Kuvaliches on board with this. What about you guys?
I haven't played Warframe in ages. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I even played it, so...
Here's a question.
Yeah?
Want to hang out and play Warframe tonight?
Yep.
Cool.
That's what we can talk later.
Got anything to add to that, Frozen, or... Oh, sorry, Aaron.
Well,
Never mind.
No, sorry, I thought you were finished.
Oh.
you go first.
I'm not finished with that. Say question.
Well, I haven't played Warframe in a while either, so I've kind of forgotten about it as well, and I think I might even have to start over a little bit to get familiar with the gameplay a little bit.
That's okay.
So long.
But whenever you guys get the chance, I'd love to bring on my Railjack and just show you how much of a good time it can be.
Yes, because
Because
I know how
they've
OP
a lot
your
of
stuff
things.
is.
And remember, you benefit from this. So the guys that were with me were getting intrinsic points and equipment and resources for a lot of things. Leveling up and tweaking out their own Railjack, leveling up their tactics that they can bring onto any other Railjack, and most importantly, excessive resources for the helmet system. Because a particle ram and good speed. Because a particle ram and some speed is the best way to just clear through it and just idly pick up all the resources. Like having a sentinel. So what do you say? Would you guys be interested in eventually come with you? Yeah.
What if some people have never played that game before? What did it start and all that stuff?
When do new people get started with the Railjack?
How do new people begin this game? That's from my take. It was way too big. Way too much stuff you could do for a newcomer to do anything.
First off, are you talking about Warframe itself, or are you talking about Railjack? Warframe itself? I'm not sure, because it can be quite overwhelming.
Yeah, that's why I ask. Because probably most people out there don't even know how to do this game.
It's quite simple.
Well,
You just do some hardcore parkour, or you shoot stuff, or you slash stuff. You press E over and over and over again.
That's a bonus to me.
You want to fly in space? There's that. Want to ninja about? There's that. Want to shoot? There's that. Want to parkour? There's that. Want to use actual mechs? There's that. Want to do skateboarding? There's that.
But yes, there's only 3 of us left. I'm assuming, Era, you still haven't quite thought of anything yet.
Well, I have an idea, but they will depend on if any of you gotta talk about Christmas stuff.
I'm not. Are you going to talk about Christmas stuff, Frozen, or specifically Christmas stuff?
Of course.
I mean, I can try. I'll come up with Christmas stuff on the top.
That's a question.
Well, in that case,
okay.
I'll go next then, because there was something I wanted to talk about.
5, 4,
Something specific.
3, 2, 1. Begin.
So, last week I was talking about like VR games and things, and actually, come to think about it, am I even in the camera? Can you even see me? Am I so tiny you can't see me? But yeah,
I'm sure we can see you.
But yes, last week I was talking about VR stuff, and I wanted to talk about an idea that I'd had for like a VR game that I've admittedly been working on as an idea for ever since I started.
Okay, just clean this. Stop that. Get back in your seat. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, this is an idea that I've been sort of working on ever since I started playing like World of Warcraft, because I was like into MMORPGs, and I was just like, oh, maybe I could make my own WoW thing. And looking back on that now, I was just like, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I started going, okay, what if I tried putting it in VR? How would I make it different from like every other MMO that's out there?
Don't follow the same path as.
Yes.
Oh.
Orbis VR, because I was going to bring that up because having played that game, I feel like they were taking a lot of their design philosophies from like old like MMOs like World of Warcraft, and then trying to put it into VR, but it doesn't work. They're 2 different systems. Because the combat in that game is so boring. It's just the enemies just stand there and don't do anything. Like, it got to the point I was playing Paladin, I was just sitting there holding the hammer, just going like that, because I was just so fucking bored and going, oh yeah, I need to recharge my thing. Hold on a second. Hold hammer up. Right. Back to just bonking them on the head. And yeah, I've also heard rumours that apparently they got Facebook money and then just cut stuff, made it dumbed down for the quest, and then yeah. So with my idea,
I mean, they pretty much ruined Warcraft 3 Reforged.
That was Blizzard, not Facebook. But anyway.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah.
You know that Facebook is like getting sued over the Oculus thing?
That doesn't surprise me. In fact, I think there was someone in Germany or something that was putting that, because you can apparently you can brick your system, getting your Facebook account banned.
Yeah, and they even before you install your quests.
Mm-hmm.
It is so bad.
Yes, but my idea, I wish to talk about my idea before I run out of time. So
your idea now.
I'm trying, but you keep interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. But yes, my idea is basically kind of like it's. In fact, I'm actually borrowing a bit of ideas from like multiple different areas. Specifically Warframe, which was ironic because you were just talking about that. The whole idea of like having procedurally generated dungeons that you go through, and having like a big sort of like open world like area that's not like open world in the fact that you have like 1 million people all standing there, but more in the sense that, you know, you can go out there, you can do some quests, you come back in and you get all your rewards. And then like having like ending dungeons and things where it's like, okay, they're actually probably more like preset design, but then you have like a final boss that like ties up the whole area, and then you go on to another area with the exact same stuff but with a different story. And this was also something that I had as an idea originally as well, which was something that got reinforced when I started playing Pop-Up Dungeon, which was making your own spells and abilities. But although I do agree with what they do on Pop-Up Dungeon, which is limit the amount of power that an ability can do based on how you actually set up the ability, rather than, you know, letting the players do that. Because you know that someone's going to try and make a 1 second cast 1,000,000 point damage spell. Because that's just that's just the way people do stuff like that. And there were a couple of other things. And having like you know, you can block with a shield and it doesn't like reduce stamina or anything. But if you really want to like stagger enemies and get them to do more damage to them, you like parry their attacks from like until you fall. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I'm passionate about it and I want to do it at some point. So. Stop.
Yay!
So yeah, that was basically what I wanted to talk about.
Going back to the
something
whole
unrelated.
Facebook thing.
You first there.
So all in all, if you guys out there happen to see in 5 to 10 years time from now on a really popular MMO game on VR, you can probably thank that cutie over there.
So fucking cute. I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are we?
You're adorable.
Are we too cute uwu for you? Too cute uwu?
Matthew.
But anyway,
Freakingly adorable.
Going back to the whole Facebook thing, they are having to sell WhatsApp and Instagram.
oh yeah, because they're being accused of monopolizing and stuff. So that's a big mess.
Sucks to be them. Sucks to be them.
Oh,
Sucks to be them.
I guess that
I'm
means
waiting.
that Frozen's going next. Right. Okay, I'll push the button.
Real quickly though. Never mind.
Wait. What?
Pause it.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, I just thought of something. Since this, I can't remember if it was one of you guys, but someone mentioned that, you know, it's funny that that although the dwarves is depicted as the miners and everything, you know, like the number one miners, they're always outdone by kobolds. Kobolds do it better. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be awesome if someday in Deep Rock Galactic somehow they added in a kobold?
Like a rival company thing?
I never really thought of
Sure.
Yeah, I never really thought of that.
Or like a team system so that they could have
there's elves and whatnot.
capture the flag and all that stuff.
Hey guys. Hey Matthew, watch this.
I
See the
don't
present?
think
Use the force.
I don't think
you go.
PvP would work in Deep Rock Galactic, but they could have like a thing where it's like, oh hey, there are these AI enemies that you have to kill them. They're kobolds. It's like an extermination of a rival company or something. But anyway, I'll start the timer again for you, Frozen.
Back.
I would probably say the elf. Have the elf in the game because they keep talking shit about elf all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's one to finish this pointy-eared leaf lover.
Stickers on.
Begin.
Okay, so it's obviously Christmas time, which means Christmas movies.
Christmas. My favorite was the Polar Express.
Here. That'll be showing in a couple of days, I assume, on like BBC or ITV, because we always get a load of Christmas films like that.
I feel like I'm gonna have some hot chocolate later.
Okay.
Hot chocolate is like
Here we only got one rule: never ever let it go.
chocolate is
the
no
video
longer
is
special
copyright
for me at
strike.
Christmas because I have it all the time. But The Harry Potter films will be rerun again on ITV, like every other bloody year.
Really now?
Yeah, we
I
have it
never
every single
seen-
year, like one film a day sort of thing.
I've got them all on
It's like
DVD,
a-
so I don't need to worry.
I never
Yeah, I
watched
know, but it
all the
doesn't
Harry
feel as
Potter
special because it's
films.
always on there.
Do not miss
Get
my
back in your spot.
I just wanted to dance with you.
I can't help it, I'm full of energy this morning.
You know.
Then there's Home Alone.
Oh, I fucking love that one.
Oh, hello.
Actually, there was this one time before I moved out of halls. I was on my way to Asda and I was going down the corridor and I heard one of my flatmates screaming about something and she was going, got on the wrong thing, and she was going, fucking plane, and immediately I was just like, is she watching Home Alone 2? She must be watching Home Alone 2. She's like, it's fucking stupid, this is a stupid boy, he's got on the wrong plane, I never got that. And I just started looking on my phone while I was in the lift, Home Alone 2 plot, because I'd forgotten it, and I was like, yep, she's watching it. Sent them a message saying, you're loudly watching Home Alone 2, I can hear you down the hallway. And she's like, my bad, sorry, I'm very passionate about this, I feel like it's a fucking bore, but... It's like the whole building could hear a rant about it.
Okay,
But,
big question, because it's film related. Do you consider Die Hard to be a Christmas film?
Do we have to do that now?
I've never
Yes.
seen Die Hard.
Just because you watched Chainsaw Massacre.
I've never seen
what
Die
about...
Hard, but I know
What about The
that
Nightmare
has-
Before
What was
Christmas?
his name? Bruce Willis?
That's actually a good point.
Christmas. That is a Christmas movie.
But it has Halloween elements in it, it could be both.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, I like Ross Scott's idea of playing. Sorry.
No, go on.
Ross Scott, the
Conversation.
person behind the Freeman's Mind series. I like how his view of, since Christmas-themed games are always going to be crap, the alternative is playing the ones that involve hell a lot, because what better way to celebrate Christmas than to fight against the evils of darkness, like Doom?
Oh,
That's his
hold
idea.
on. Did you say Freeman's Mind?
Yeah, Ross Scott.
Oh, I remember watching all the Freeman's Mind episodes when I was little.
And
They were
jumping back
hilarious.
to movies, I know that motion capture and still, Nightmares would just create that area of surrealism, but I never got that. And so the Polar Express was one of my favorites because I loved the journey. I loved it so much. It felt nicely Christmas. I loved it. It's ridiculous in some areas, sure, but that's the point of the adventure. What about you guys?
I don't know, I thought you liked it because of the Tokyo drift that the train fucking does on the ice and that.
I don't even know what the whole Tokyo Drift meme was at the time. The benefits of growing up without being raised by the internet.
Oh, quick question. Does anybody remember or know the G-Man Squad? It was like this.
30 seconds.
Not familiar with it.
I remember G-Man. It was like this Half-Life like thing on Machinima.
What's this got to do with Christmas?
Sorry.
I was just about to say, going a little bit off topic, but anyway, Frozen. Final thoughts.
10 seconds.
I mean, yeah.
Another Christmas film. It's not really a Christmas film, but it's set in like winter. Is The Golden Compass? Because that's usually like because it's in the north and that.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually shown at this time of year as well.
It's just a bit of a shame they never made any more of it.
Well, they did and they didn't.
But yeah,
It's currently ongoing as a TV series, but never mind. We'll talk about that later.
anyway, there is only one person left, and he is perched on high, so would he perch down low and talk of festive periods? Wait, that sounds dirty. Festive periods.
Ah, it's a
Someone
period
hit it with
joke.
a hammer,
It's a
please.
period joke. Ah, Very nice.
It's very nice.
Very nice. It's very nice.
No one gonna hit him with a hammer? Alright.
No. I'll do it
So
myself.
normal hit
I'll do
him with a hammer every time he make a horny joke. He does make a horny joke.
No!
Hey, come right here, because if I go in any closer, I'm just gonna freeze.
Okay. So, Era, it is time to talk. Go do the talking. Go do the talking of the words. Unless you want to stay up there.
You can talk about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something. Family? Presents?
He's moving. He stood up.
I'm up.
Cracking
Now
his
get
neck.
down!
Okay.
Get down.
I need to get down on your leg.
What?
Ah,
But yeah, do you
so
want...
get down.
I meant down there. You know what I mean. So, are you...
Why down there? It's a good place to stay.
Alright, fine. I'll start the timer for you.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Where are you going?
I don't know. The hammer's blocking my view.
So. It's close to big Christmas. Anyone know that? What a year, right?
As a video I watched earlier said, we are closing the door on 2020, at which point we then need to hammer, nail, and barbed wire it shut.
Not good.
I
You
call
need to roll this.
2021. I call 2021's gonna be the next Hunger Games.
Really?
Or something similar.
No. God, no,
Don't
please.
change the dude. Don't change the please.
No.
Please don't murder me
If
if
you
that
got-
actually happens.
If they're not gonna happen, dude, I gotta get to your home and eat you.
No, you won't. You'll just kiss me on the mouth.
Meals. I'll be stocked.
Give me a chicken sandwich.
Anywho.
Touching my fuck
Don't look
button.
at me. I didn't touch it.
You're closest to it! Leave my fuff button alone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Leave the fuff button alone.
What are you doing?
No!
Oh god, I've fallen off my desk!
I'm trying to talk.
Anyway, Era, carry
I
on.
always say, well, that's trying to talk.
That wasn't me.
Long year, a lot of stuff happened. I'm sorry, a bit sleepy right now, but I did have me to it waiting like 4 or 5 hours ago. We took way too long because the price got like out all that stuff. But anywho, how do you guys actually think this year have been for you guys? Any good stuff? Any bad stuff? Tell me about it.
I would honestly say this year's actually been very unproductive for me, which is unfortunate.
You did got art block. But understandable.
Yeah, I got art blocked.
Yeah.
As for me, family's growing stronger now. And as I've said before in the last one, my family finally moved back into their big place, and we're going to have the family gathering. And especially since the restrictions have been eased, we're allowed to. We're going to have it at the big place, and it's going to be great. I'm just so glad that Christmas came at the perfect time for us.
You guys want to know something?
You.
You guys are part of my family.
Aww. Yes, Sarah?
Lucky you. I think it's easier for you. Over here, my country, they just got it harder. Now you have to be max 10 people every home in Christmas time. You cannot be more than that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Because we choose to take way too many tests on people now. But it's actually a good thing because you can find out who is got the C.
Plus too many people adopting the chin diaper strategy.
I just realized
If you called it China virus.
talking about current events. Cease.
No, I said chin diaper. I
Was
said chin diaper.
That's still talking about current events.
Toilets.
Besides, they do not have that name. Oh. But yeah. You cute boy or whatever with a fluffy red hat on your head, which should not be red, but it actually needs to be green in real life, but because someone
sorry,
over
Christmas
America
police.
who made Coca-Cola. Yeah, I'll call you out, you son of the bastards.
I don't know if that story is actually true, that the reason why Santa is red is because Coca-Cola wanted him to be red.
That is true.
30 seconds.
That's actually
Do we
true.
even have Coca-Cola trucks this year? I know it's.
I know we had one like a few years ago in Eastbourne, but I haven't seen one since, so it's probably because of current events.
I wonder if it'd be allowed at the moment.
10
Because I think it probably
Also,
wouldn't.
Also, the latest Pokemon Go advert may or may not be in trouble for showing giant red vans all over the city dropping off Pokeballs, which kind of looks very similar to a certain Coca-Cola advert at Christmas.
Hmm.
I'll show you it on
Oh
Discord.
my
but
god, this can
I
only mean
do
one
not-
thing.
I do not
Hold
hope
on.
that an app is way too old. Coca-Cola can do anything about it.
I was talking about it off cam before, but I want to ask you all this. What do you think is the most creative or fun or different interpretation of Santa you like seeing? Like, for example, because during Christmas it's always hot and sunny down here, it's practically summer instead of winter. Well, you depict Santa with close to his usual stuff, but the hat is thinner. Of course, he hasn't got any of that winter stuff because it's fucking hot down here. And his red shirt is very thin. He has no undershirt, so his chest is exposed and whatnot. And he's wearing sunglasses, and he's usually surfing on a wave on the beach.
That's about the only other
can you
alternative
imagine
I've...
if Santa was.
Yes?
Can you imagine if Santa was
Well-
surfing down at Eastbourne at the moment?
Yeah, there's not
For
enough.
you, Noob Mister. For you, for example, Noob Mister, what do you think is the most UK version of Santa you've ever seen? Or depicting him in the UK, celebrating it there in a kind of UK style?
Usually it is in some form of like really old, like early 1900s oil painting kind of thing.
I buy that.
So, yeah.
And I'll show you guys later, but Australia won the Guinness Book of World Records for having the most Santas out on a beach.
Surfing, apparently.
Because of course, you
You'd be too
consider the
cool
only
for
one who
surfing
wants to do
over
that.
here.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
after this is done, I gotta show you the text to memes. Traditional Christmas versus Australian Christmas. You spin me right round, little fluffy thing, right round like a little fluffy thing.
you cannot sing that song.
He wasn't singing the song, he was singing his own interpretation of it, so they can't do anything. Haha. But anyway,
They can
folks,
try,
man.
yeah, I know they can, but they won't. And even if they do, I'll say no. But anyway, folks, that is the end of this furry 5 minutes for this week, and I actually think for the end of this year, because by the time the next one will be out, it will be New Year's. So I hope everybody has a good Christmas, whatever it is that you're planning. Remember to stay safe and all that, and cover your mouth when you sneeze, and then wash your hands, because, you know, safety first. But for the time being...
Filthy animal.
But for the time being, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye!
Bye bye.
Bye for now.